Hi guys, Brian from oldcamreview.com and welcome to the gas station. Today I'm going to go over the Sony NEX7 digital camera, not sort of our standard film cameras, but I wanted to talk a bit about this camera because it is a camera that I do own and I want to try and use. Overall, I have been in the past a fan of the NEX series of cameras. I had an NEX3, I had an NEX5, and I decided that I wanted to go with the NEX7. Primarily because it has the Viewfinder, interchangeable lenses, and it's good with some legacy glass. You can buy all the adapters and stuff to use this camera with older glass. You know, either Leica glass or Canon glass. I have a fair amount of Canon glass, older Nikon glass. And I really like the idea of the NEX7 being able to do that. The NEX5 was great, but I really wanted the Viewfinder, and I wanted a little bit more manual control using the Tri-Navi. Now I will say, in the beginning here, I'm really kind of ticked off at Sony at this point, so I'm not going to give you sort of an unbiased review right now. I'm going to give you sort of my biased review, which I think is important. The camera, as far as the still camera is concerned, I think is a very good camera. I like the way the camera sort of functions with the Tri-Navi functionality here, which is these two buttons or knobs, dials here. Then this other set of controls over here, this wheel buttons, and there's buttons all over the place, and it is customizable and it is great. I will recommend this camera for still shooters only, for people who only want to take pictures. If that's all you want to do is take still photographs, I will recommend this camera. This is the camera I normally try and do my videos with. That's not working out so well, which leads me to the main reason why I'm doing this video. I do not recommend, I will, under any circumstances, if you do any video, you want to do digital video with a camera, do not buy the NEX7. I will tell you that right off the bat. Do not buy this camera. I probably should have researched more. I kind of was counting on Sony quality and all that stuff to sort of I don't know, permeate through the rest of their line of cameras. But this thing does not do video. Well, it does video. Well, so as far as Sony says, video is just an added feature, which is why when you're recording in high quality video, full 1080p, this camera will heat up and shut off after only a few minutes. This camera is defective in design as far as video is concerned. Still camera, fine, no problem. Go out if that's all you want to do is stills, buy this camera. If you want to do any video whatsoever, despite the fact that Sony sells all kinds of video accessories for this, like all kinds of stuff you can do to add on to this camera to do video, it doesn't work. So as far as Sony is concerned, the video is an add-on, and they don't think that they have to support it whatsoever. That's pretty much what they told me when I was online with them. I said, hey, listen, my NEX7, my $1,350 camera shuts off after only a couple minutes of doing video. They said, oh well, video is only an add-on. That's really not part of what we're selling you when we're selling you the camera. It's a still camera. So honestly, that sounds like a lot of rhetoric to me, and I'm a little bit angry, to be honest, at Sony for putting out a quality and not putting out a product that they're supposed to be of quality, sort of like the high end of the market, and then not supporting it whatsoever. They're telling me this camera is not defective. It's just, you know, it's an added feature, and we just kind of throw it in there for you. Well, you know what? That's not why I bought the camera. And when you look at sort of their sales literature, they're showing you that they're selling all kinds of stuff for video. It's misrepresenting their product. So I don't know if you could tell or not, but I'm a little bit ticked off at Sony. Again, still, as far as the still camera is concerned, I think it's a decent camera. It takes decent enough pictures. I really like the focus peaking aspect of using manual lenses, where you have the focus peaking. Basically, anything that's in focus is going to show up in sort of like has a red or white, or you can choose the color edge on it. But as far as video is concerned, man, this thing sucks. So yeah, I hate to be so venomous about this and be that angry, but you know what? They really screwed up with that. So if anybody's listening at Sony, I think you guys really need to do sort of a gut check here and figure out what you guys are doing and how you're going to support people who buy your stuff. you know, I'm really unhappy about that. And it's longer than my 30 days. And my camera didn't do this from the start. It just started doing it over time. So, you know, I'm well beyond my return period on this camera, so I can't bring it back, and I have to sell it and lose money on it if I want to get my money back. So 24.3 or 23, I don't know, it's got 23 or 24 megapixels, just kind of like, so, but, you know, so you do get definite resolution. When you zoom in on the, you know, if you're doing any kind of pixel peeping or anything like that, the images are a little smudgy. Not real bad, though. I mean, they're definitely doable and usable, and if you sort of display them at the full resolution, I think you'll be pretty happy with that. The tilting LCD I love. I think it's fantastic, and I think it's sort of a nice design feature, although from what I understand in the new NEX7, or I don't know, they have the new 3 version. This thing flips up so you can watch yourself as you take pictures, or I don't know if that one overheats when you video, but anyway, NEX7, decent still camera, has built-in flash, which is kind of nice, built-in high-resolution viewfinder, which is beautiful. Overall, I really do like this camera. I'm just really angry at Sony for not doing anything about the video overheating issue. If you look on the web, you're going to see all over the place the NEX7 overheats, and it's just not acceptable, and it's not acceptable for a company like Sony to dismiss that issue. They really need to take care of it. So anyway, overall, I do like the NEX7. I'm not going to do a full-blown in-depth review to try and sell this product to anybody, or help them sell this in any way. But if you like still pictures, you know, it's certainly a good option. I think the X Pro 1 gives you much better quality pictures. It's not going to be as fast as the NEX7. I don't have the OMD, and I'm not really very interested in it, to be honest, but maybe in its video capabilities it doesn't shut off after 10 or 12 minutes. I'm not bitter at all, am I? Anyway, that's it. Brian, Old Cam Review, the NEX7. Again, still pictures, I highly recommend it. Well, I recommend it. For video, do not buy this camera. Anyway, that's it. Brian Old Cam Review, unbiased review of my NEX7. Thanks.